Welcome to our strategy presentation titled A Great New Surefire Success Trading System. My name is Todd Shaffer. I'm the Manager of Research for VectorVest, and I'll be providing your strategy presentation this evening. As the new year approaches, it's time to start looking forward to 2014. You can become involved in the development of our Surefire Success Trading System development for the new year, and possibly win a $1,000 prize for your effort. More on that at the end of our presentation, but let's begin by setting the time frame. Let's move to a market timing graph. We'll enter the program on our home page and go up to the Graphs tab. And here you can see I've opened a market timing graph, the VectorVest composite price only, and I have a time frame from December 31st, 2009 to current. Remember, the goal of any Surefire Success trading plan is that it consistently perform in all market conditions: bear, bull, sideways, volatile, and non-volatile. In this way, you can start trading the plan at any point and have a surefire chance at beating the TSX. Our time study then, beginning between 2010 and the current date, has both sideways markets here from the beginning of 2010 and in 2011. We have the bull markets of late 2010 and 2013. And of course the bear market of 2011, which had quite a bit of volatility. So that's our test bed and our market conditions. Let's look at the testing methodology I used to create tonight's demonstration. I'm offering this methodology as an example for you to use. Of course, you may modify it as you see fit. After all, it is about the results. So my first step was the search selection. I decided to begin my studies by using the searches from the Strategy of the Week presentations over this past year. My second step was selection of the market timing signal. So after I identified those searches, I ran each of them through the backtester without stops using each of the timing signals. I selected the searches that had the highest gains. The third step, I then optimized the performance of each of those tests using the backtester. I ran this test over the test period, and by running through a series of stop-loss combinations, stepping in, flipping long and short, holding through the downs, etc., changing all those variables within the backtester, I optimized the historical performance of the trading plan. As I would typically for a bull market, I optimized the long side of the trading plan first, and then as a second pass, optimized the short side in conjunction with the long side results. I guess it shouldn't be too surprising, but I found that the best performing search was the winner of our VectorVest Canada Challenge contest as announced in our strategy presentation from September 27, 2013. In fact, the subscriber submitted search pair, both the long and the short, did very well in my initial testing. I did, however, modify the original trading plan as I optimized results. Let's take a look at the individual searches before we look at the results. We'll move back into the program into Unisearch. Here on the Unisearch tab in the search directory, if you scroll down to the Searches Special Searches folder, click on that. It'll open up the folder and we'll find Petra's Flyers, which was our winning long strategy. If we look at the search parameters, it's a pretty straightforward, solid search. We're looking for stocks with VST scores above 1.2. We'll eliminate any stocks that are indexes. The stock recommendation cannot be a sell. At the time we search, it has to have active volume. It has to have average volume greater than or equal to 110,000 shares. Here's a big mover for it. The stocks need to be in the top 10 industries by RT. Next, we eliminate contras and make sure they have a price over $1. And we sort by VST descending. Now, Petra's paired search for the short side was another custom search called Zipliners, and that's in the searches short group. If we scroll down to the bottom here, we'll find Zipliners. And this search did very well. Again, stocks with prices between $10 and $20, active volume above 104,000 shares on average, and sorted RV divided by RT ascending. And this will favor lower RVs and higher RTs. As I say, that search performed very well, but I found slightly better performance using another one of our favorites, Cedo Sinkers. Cedo Sinkers appeared several times in 2013, It looks for stocks that are priced over $10 that are sell rated, that have over 50,000 shares of average volume, that are being actively traded, and we sort them VST times earnings per share ascending. So the lowest combination of VST and earnings. So those were the searches we used. Let's take a look how we put them together in the backtester. In the backtester, we'll open a new backtest by clicking the Backtest an Idea button, and that opens the backtest wizard. For our testing, we'll just use our defaults. Of course, when it comes time to trade this portfolio, you would resize these account settings to be reflective of your actual portfolio size. We are going to use our auto tester plugin for this test. The auto tester automatically loads our timing signals. The auto tester is a plugin module. It's included in our real-time subscription, but if you're on intraday or end-of-day subscriber service, it is an additional cost. We do have trials available if you'd like to take a look at it so you can recreate my results easily. That trial is available by giving us a call in product support, or there's a link in the views. We're going to change our market timing signal, though, from the confirm call to the RT kicker combo. And remember, that signal uses the red and green lights in the price column of the color guard, confirmed by the RT moving average crossover. For the up condition, we need to find Peacher's Flyers as our search. And again, that was in the searches, special searches box. For our stop criteria, we're going to choose a 50% gain and a 20% loss. And we'll simulate intraday stops. Coming to our More Settings tab, we're going to trade 5 positions in the portfolio. We'll automatically replace closed positions. When opening new positions, we'll open all 5 immediately. When we enter this situation, we're going to close any open position that was opened in a different situation. This is a little bit different, so let's take a minute to pause here. What this selection will do is if I have a change in situation from a down situation to an up situation, I'll close any position that was opened in that down situation. However, if there are positions that were opened in previous up situations, I'll leave them open. Next, we'll scroll down. We go to the Invest Average Portfolio Value. We'll choose Odd Lots. We're going to limit our repurchases. I'm going to use the wash rule, and I like to do this because it's a little more conservative. It keeps me from buying right back into positions that I just closed. Continuing to the end, I'll leave my other settings at their defaults, except for the maximum percent of the stock's average volume. I'm going to set that to 2. Going to the bottom, I can click Next. Now for the down situations, I'm going to sell short, and I need to find CETO Sinkers, which was in the Searches Short group. My stop criteria for CETO Sinkers will be a 20% gain and a 10% loss. I'll simulate intraday stops on our More Settings tab. Again, we'll have 5 positions. We'll automatically replace closed positions. We'll open all 5 immediately. When I enter the down situation, I won't close any positions. So now I've set up a situation where I get a green arrow. I'll go long. When I get a red arrow, any open positions will be filled with hedging or short positions. When I get the next green arrow, I'll close all short positions and go fully long with the portfolio. This is giving me a bit of a bullish bias in a bullish market. Next, we come to the Invest Average Portfolio Value setting. We'll use Odd Lots. Again, we'll use our 31-day rule for repurchases. And again, I'll limit my percent volume to 2%. For the neutral situation, we'll take no action. We'll just hold the positions that we have. And our test period will start from December 31st of 2009 to current. And we'll give it a name, Preacher's Flyers 5020 / CETO Sinkers 2010. And now we'll click Finish and Run, and we're off to the races. Looking at the numbers, we had a 56.5% winning trade percentage that delivered a total return of over 119%. This averages to over 30% a year, which is just under 22% on a compounded basis. With a max drawdown of 12%, this gives us a Kalmar ratio just under 2 at 1.81, which is fantastic. And finally, we paid $547 in commissions. Folks, that's 55 trades in 3 years. Looking at our equity curve below, of course, the red and green arrows and the yellow circles are our timing signals. But we can see that the portfolio did struggle in those sideways markets of 2010 and 2011, but it held its own. It did well in the bull markets of 2011 and 2012-13, and in fact has continued pulling nicely for the past 2 years. Most importantly, for a surefire success plan, year over year, no matter where you started in the plan, if you stuck with it, you made money. And you beat the TSX, which was up 14.5% in this same time frame. For my last check, I wanted to make sure that it's still performing currently, so let's strike a copy. And I'm going to change our date. We'll leave everything the same. We're just going to change our date to December 31st of 2012. And click Finish and Run. Looking at our performance line, we had 100% winners delivering a 26.5% overall gain. Annualizes at 27.5%. With a drawdown of 11.2%. And look at our commissions, folks, $59. So I think it's fair to say not a lot of active trading with this trading plan. The wide stop and holding through the reversals is really working well with these solid stocks that Petrus Flyers finds that are in rising industries. And again, we're handily beating the market as measured by the TSX, which was up 8.25% in this same time frame. And we're up 26. Looking at our equity curve for the year, we do have a little bit of volatility. We were rather flat through the summer here from May to July, but once we got the rhythm back here, we picked it up and continued hitting higher highs, continuing to move higher even now. And those are some of the qualities we're looking for. So that's my best offering for this year's portfolios. What's yours? Here I have the guidelines for the Surefire Success Challenge for 2014. The guidelines are pretty simple. Use the same time period I demonstrated here from the 31st of December in 09 to current for your back test. You can use any published VectorVest timing signal to include staying always long or always short. Custom searches are okay as long as they're Derby ready, which means that they have a minimum price of $1 and that they have at least 50,000 shares of average volume. For shorting strategies, that minimum price is $5. Do not use any custom watch lists. You have to use the canned watch list in the VectorVest program. Do not short contra ETFs because we're trying to keep these plans practical. Remember, if they're adopted into the Surefire Success program, we're going to trade these guys in real time. Winning entries will have the best combination of total gain and consistent performance. All submissions become the property of VectorVest Incorporated. If we use your submission, we'll pay you $1,000 US for your efforts. Winners will be selected at the sole discretion of VectorVest. To submit your entry, send it to me via email to the address below, sfschallenge2014@vectorvest.com. Having done this now a couple times, the easiest way to submit your entry is screenshots of any custom searches that you create and some screenshots of the backtest settings from the summary report from the backtest. No strict deadline for your entries. Of course, the sooner the better, but we're always interested in hearing your ideas and learning what's working. And historically, many of our best ideas have come from our subscriber base, as we did tonight with Petra's entry. But with that, we'll wrap up our presentation for this evening. Remember that we do have a live Q&A webcast on Monday at 11 o'clock Eastern. You can register at the vectorvest.com/events tab on our website. Those are pretty freewheeling sessions. They're a lot of fun. We get a lot of good information out in those presentations, so I invite you and encourage you to take part in those. We, of course, do have our free product support available for you at our 800 number, as well as our VectorVest University, where we have our previous tutorials and many others for a lot of great information. That wraps up my presentation for this evening. Thank you for being with me, and have a great weekend.